Alright, welcome back, Legion. Today we're going to be covering the tempering system in our TLDR series of videos. So to use some of my new equipment for an example to illustrate the tempering system, I've just got this new Ancestral Legendary that I replaced an old Sacred with, but now I need to temper some aspects onto it. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to go to the blacksmith, scroll over to the tempering system, I'm going to select the new item I need to temper with, and it's going to place it in the slot. You'll notice there's only two categories that are highlighted because these are the two categories that I can temper into it. This is an ancestral item, so I get two affixes I can temper into it. I'm going to choose the weapon and the offensive. You do one at a time. I'm running a Dust Devils build, so what I want to do is I want to go into the weapons category and choose the Sandstorm augments, because it's going to give me the choice of one of these three, randomly, a choice of one of these three affixes. The one I'm kind of hunting for is the Chance for Dust Devils. So what we're going to do is we're going to select that one. It's going to show us the materials cost, and then we're going to temper. It's going to give us this animation, which you can absolutely skip, and then we'll see what we got. We got 90% Dust Devil damage. So that's not the affix we were looking for. However, it was a pretty good roll. We could have gotten any value between 72.5% and 95%, and we got 90%. Wasn't awful. Then we're going to go and choose the second category for the second slot. We're going to go to Natural Finesse. We're going to shoot for that just flat damage. Either that, or we'll also take damage to close enemies. It's a higher roll, and we're going to be doing a lot of damage to closer enemies. So I'll be happy with either one of those. So let's hope we get one of those two. Damage to crowd control enemies. Sad face. Okay, so now that we've tempered in two affixes, we can go back, see the little the reroll symbols. We can go and try again. However, now all of a sudden we see this. Temper rolls 5, rerolling costs 1. We've only got 5 attempts to reroll these affixes and try to get the ones we want. So we got to be careful. If we re-roll and we run out of temper rerolls and we don't get what we want, or a decent roll what we want, well, tough titties. So here we go. We'll try this one again. 34% flat damage, and it's almost just shy of a perfect roll. So you know what? I'm going to say GG. I'm going to keep that one. For the weapons one, I kind of want to change that. I want to try at least one more time to get the Chance for Dust Devils to cast twice, this middle affix here. So we're going to try that one again. And Dust Devil damage. And it's not that good of a roll. Well, let's try again. We're down to 3 now. Down to 3 attempts. Let's see what we get. Chance for Dust Devils to spawn. It's not the greatest roll. It's kind of right in the middle between that range, 15.5 to 20%. 17 is just slightly on the lower end. But you know what? For where we're at in this progression, I don't hate it. So I'm going to say that's good there. We're not going to keep going and brick it, maybe not get what we want, and not waste a bunch more materials, because you will run out of materials. And now we've got this new item that's been tempered. We've got this tempered affix for damage, this tempered affix for Chance for Dust Devils. If you go ahead and look at all of my other items here, they've all got damage and Dust Devils, or the Sandstorm augment, because this is a Dust Devils build. So damage, Chance for Dust Devils, damage, Chance for Dust Devils, and this one's got damage to close enemies and Dust Devil size. For this particular build, according to maxworld.gg, the best affix to hunt for this build is something like mostly Chance for Dust Devils and then damage to close enemies, which we've got almost that. So it's not perfectly min-maxed. Obviously, we haven't even hit endgame or masterwork or anything, but for tempering, for where we're at in the stage, that's actually not too bad. We didn't get screwed over by RNG that bad. That's pretty good. Each class unlocks their own tempering manuals. So as you play the game, you'll slowly start to find more and more tempering manuals that will be appropriate to your class. So if you go in here to your collections, Codex of Power, and then you flip over to the tempering manuals, you'll see all the appropriate ones for your class, or you can separate them out by category. And what you'll also notice as you continue to rank up and go up in world tier levels and get bigger and better and better and better, you'll start to find the higher rarity of those manuals. So you'll see down here, I've got the magic blue version of the Barbarian Motion Tempering Manual, but I've also found the rare Barbarian Motion one, which if you just look, it's the same exact affixes, just better roll ranges. So I have gotten lucky so far and found a few of the legendary ones. The one I'm hunting for, that Sandstorm Augment Tempering Manual, I have not found the legendary version of it yet. So I'm still hunting for that Bad Johnson. It'll be right here. When I find it, anytime I go to augment after that with the tempering system, ideally, hopefully, the rolls will be higher and higher and higher. This is another way to kind of min-max and progress your item. So half the fun of the new tempering system is to experiment around and see what kind of creativity you can get with different builds. If you're a Sorc, maybe you're doing like a Frozen Orb build, or Necros are doing minion builds this season a lot. Maybe Druids, you're messing around with the Pulverize build, and there may be some tempering manuals that augment or change the way Pulverize works, or increases its damage or its size. But that is the allure of the tempering system. It's a progression for your items, but also gives you a tool, some creativity to kind of change and improve or augment your builds. So that's the tempering system in a nutshell. I hope you found it useful, and we'll catch you on the next one.